A Republican who is familiar with Republican thought was due the belief that McCarthy did not want Trump a hand. Not to have political capital make request. Trump demanded that Republicans to close government if they do not take big expenditure deductions. While McCarthy only government 45 days for 45 days, and more importantly, Trump's orbit of Trump was waiting McCarthy to approve him in presidency. While Speaker had kept his dust dry so far. If had asked Trump help intervene in his own name, he would mean that had approved Trump for presidency. And this opens a series of difficulties his colleagues.And at the expense of its members. Making an agreement recover your own skin is contrary code. However, McCarthy had belief that movement largely thrown when movement was introduced by home conservatives. To empty position of mold. Their sense that first-hour interventions would not move needle this week. In the world of Trump, there was a belief that there was little to be included in the drama. Team refused to leave in detail. However, this did not allow Trump to connect one of the best competitors of the Republican nomination to McCarthy, who had fallen. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis told Scripps News in an interview just before the vote on Tuesday. Said, "When Donald Trump has not been cool years ago and supported entered into this position. Trump's intervention was also the question how much McCarthy would change his fate." Only 3 of the 8 people who voted for McCarthy's commentary approved Trump. Approved 8 people. Criticized Trump or hid their approval so far. Those who are close to Trump and McCarthy's relationship is not in a bad sense. While the tension signs.He took back and told Breitbart News that Trump was more powerful today than he first ran to presidency in 2016. This, and a relationship but productive for the Great Written Parliament, he said. Nevertheless, McCarthy helped Trump's return proposal. The state's allies effected a change in rules of California, which could benefit former president when state-organized candidacy competition next year. He took a swing. However, on Wednesday, most of this study became secondary, because a new list of Republicans began to draw campaigns to fill the leadership gap left by McCarthy. While Trump made calls about Republicans about Speaker Marjorie Taylor Greene Georgia, one closest allies Troy Nehls Texas, including representatives, was swimming for former President Georgia. Former president. However, Trump does not seem to take the idea of being a speaker so seriously. Many people asked me this to journalists other than the New York City Courthouse. To journalists he was tried for business.